I'm Jenny-Jaymes and my sidekick, Christian Cano, partner in crime, is coming up next.
Hey everyone, I'm Jim's sidekick. Welcome to Two Queers in a Truck. Hi y'all.
See you soon. Good morning, everybody in the Two Queers fandom. It is, God, we're in December flipping 11th. Like,
December the 11th.
I mean, we're in the second Wednesday of December already. We've already pretty much burned through 2024. I mean, we're right there. Yeah. We're in those last few Wednesdays of the year. And, I've gotten a little nostalgic since the fourth Thursday of November celebration last week. I don't even like to give it a name because I'm not a big fan of the tea holiday. I think it celebrates the wrong things a lot of times, especially Black Friday. And we forget about the spirit of why the original indigenous nation embraced the Caucasians from the East, and we lose sight of why they did it in the first place. And that's what's really important. And when you think about that, I'm not going to tell you what to think. I'm going to let you guys marinate on that. And I may talk about it next week. I'm going to hold it over. It's going to be a cliffhanger. The Two Queers first. We're going to do a cliffhanger. And I'm going to bring it up as a topic next week as an Easter egg. I'm going to say, I think we don't think about the why they did it. You know, we knew why the colonizers come running over, because they were fucking hungry and fucking scared and tired. But we don't think about the motivation of why the other people did it. The people that actually created the holiday, not because they wanted to create a holiday, but because of something else. And that will be the rest of the story next week. But I wanted to talk about today on the first opening topic, because I want to get away, not necessarily it's a political topic, but it's not a political topic. And I definitely don't want to talk about dumpster as little as possible today for a lot of reasons. And but one of them is we kind of forget how stupid conservatives and MAGA really is, or the concept of making America great. You know, when we first heard it, we were like, God, that sounds stupid. And we kind of forgot that it is stupid, because conservatism of its baseline is stupid. It would be, progressives typically don't talk like that. They, like FDR, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Dr. King, I have a dream. Obama, audacity of hope. Michelle Obama, the first lady. The when they go low, we go high. And we forget what it is. Sometimes we lose sight in the fog of war. We lose sight of what it means to be a progressive, which is for progress. That we need to progress, that we need to do better. And I think we forgot it in this election year a lot. We forgot that Biden-Harris was progress compared to the previous 4 years. We never celebrated Biden's win at all. When you think about it, we never fucking celebrated the victory of Obama and Biden, really. We just kind of assumed that we were going to win in a certain way, and just kind of went, it's not historic. It's not historic that a black man won the presidency. Passed some of the most monumental legislation ever, like the first ever national plan for healthcare. We kind of forget our progress, or the fact that marriage equality happened under Obama. and that Biden stepped up as vice president and pushed the idea of marriage equality and put LGBT on a pedestal. Biden did that during his vice presidency under Obama. In fact, he didn't really even ask permission of Obama. He made some pretty courageous moves, and then during his administration, he appointed more LGBT people to his cabinet than any president ever. A transgender woman as a second chair in Health and Human Services. Pete Buttigieg is the transportation secretary, out married gay man. And we can go on and on and on. He had a lesbian press secretary that was a very proud lesbian. Like, a lot of fucking firsts. Not to mention his appointment to the Supreme Court that was historic in so many ways. We forgot to celebrate the wins. We never fucking wallowed into the victories. We just talked about the 2016 loss. We talk about January 6th at nauseam. And it doesn't mean those aren't important, but we can chew gum and walk at the same time, as Christian always says. We should. We have to be grateful for what we have and what we had and what we'll get again. Like, Black and brown people will be the majority in 2026. We're steaming that way, whether we like it or not. For all you Caucasians out there, including half of myself, we have to get used to the new normal, especially us progressives, and fucking embrace the fact that we're progressives. And then in 2028, we're going to win big. We're going to win big in 2026 if we play our game. Because the idea of conservatism to keep the status quo or even roll fucking things back, like America was great before, never great. It was probably better and best sometimes. But sometimes we were shitbags too, with genocides and our version of apartheid and human slavery and human trafficking as a national policy. We were shitbags. That's why we have human trafficking now. It's because for 400 years, we had human trafficking as a national policy, even before we were a nation. And we kind of forget we've progressed from that somewhat. We still need to learn how to stamp out misogyny, which has reared its ugly head in the last two of the three elections. Honestly, 3 out of 3, because the only Democrat we can elect is a male for some reason. Even though the 2 women running were way more qualified than the 2 men that have won the last 3 elections, by far. Hillary Clinton is way more qualified than Joe Biden. Joe Biden's more powerful, which says a lot about our society, that we elect a really, really old man easily by 81 million votes. But we forget to progress and elect 2 extremely qualified women that would have been 2 phenomenal presidents. And we need to mourn that loss, grieve, and then learn to do better. Do that good, better, and best. And bring our A game in 2026 and really fight for progress and fight our fight, not fight their fucking fight. We don't necessarily need to grow the economy and talk about the economy. We don't need to talk about the southern border. Biden didn't talk about the issues Trump wanted to talk about in 2020. He wanted to talk about Build Back Better and sustainability and all that, forgiving student loans and making all those promises, and he pretty much kept 99% of his promises. And we forget to celebrate that too. So we got to do better. We got to look in the mirror and say, fuck, we may have fucked up. we need to quit searching for why they won. We got to also look in the mirror and say why we lost, and just do you, boo. You know, because all our listeners are the only ones this applies to, because the people that are going to talk about us on Facebook, they usually aren't our listeners. They're just assholes. But we got to stop fearing loss. That's this topic of number 2, is we got to stop fearing loss. We're going to lose. In life, you're going to lose. There's loss, whether it's losing a loved one, whether they leave us or they pass away, or we just can't get along. We gotta stop fearing loss in our personal lives. It's okay to mourn loss. So we have to separate the ideal that mourning and grieving is bad or that it has to end. There's certain losses I've had in my life I'm never going to get over. But I've also got to live with the suck. I've got to embrace the suck, so to speak. And at the same time, I've also got to enjoy my victories in life and go, you know what, that's fucking pretty cool. I have a pretty good life. And it's getting better. Certain things in my life are getting better personally. And so I've got to realize how far we've come as a nation when it regards to who I am as a person, as a transgender woman. And go, maybe life's not so bad. It could be better. I can always take better. We can always take better. Like we can always get a nicer car. We can always get a nicer house. We can always progress in certain ways. But at the end of the day, if we don't progress as a people, then we're just apes with technology. And what separates us between the conservative shitbags is how we perform. And embrace the people that speak the truth tellers. You know, we could have, should have, would have all day long and twice on Sunday. But at the end of the day, we got to just fucking wipe the dirt off our chin and go, let's go fight again. And fight our way, not their way. Because we can still fight dirty. We don't have to fucking be nice about it, but we have to be nice, but we have to do it our way. We don't need to fight their way. We fought their way in 2024. We hit the panic button. We fucking shit the bed at times. We got scared that dumpster's going to win, and that fear of loss, as they say in Vegas, scared money is lost money. It's also lost elections. When you play scared, you think about how Bill Clinton and Obama especially won after really, really conservative eras in this country. The George W. Bush era was a really ugly, nasty, conservative wave of fucking war fuckery and bad economic decisions that crashed our fucking economy and got us in a two-front war of just fuckery. And the Reagan-Bush era, 12 years of fucking homophobia and racism and fucking just stockpiling nuclear weapons, which is the stupidest invention humans have ever made. I mean, dynamite was bad enough from Alfred Nobel, but fucking nuclear weapons was the dumbest fucking thing we've ever invented. By far. Like, there's not even a close second. It's an existential threat. As long as one nuke exists in this world, we're all in danger. And we've got to acknowledge that, because war is a threat. We've got to embrace peace, and we've got to stop fearing loss. We can't just, FDR was right then in the 1940s, and he's right now long after he passed away in 1945. But we'll be back with some more Two Queers and a Truck right after this message. Hey everybody, you can catch us on your favorite audio podcast platform, Spotify, and all Apple Store, the Google machine, and whoever else does podcasts. We're on there. We broke in and we're staying. So enjoy the Two Queers and a Truck on your favorite audio podcast platform. Thanks for listening or watching. Bye, boo. Happy Pride. We are back. And I think one of the things we forget about, and one of the reasons we do Pride, and one of the reasons we did Pride, and one of the reasons it's a protest, and it's a march, and it's a parade, one of the reasons we go down the main streets of America every year, especially during the summer, is not only are we saying we're here, we're queer, But we're also showing our colors. We're showing our queer joy. We're celebrating each other. We're yelling out happy pride. And we're going to crazy circuit parties afterwards and all kinds of stuff. And you know, Lindsey Graham sneaking around with his little favorite boy toys and you know, straight but not straight, Tim Scott and all the other fools. Because pride's for everybody, our allies, ourselves. It's a celebration of life. Is the reason they hate stuff like that, and they hate us celebrating diversity, and they hate Black History Month, and they hate Black Lives Matter, and they hate all of that. Is there is so much of a celebration of life. Here, when we say Black Lives Matter, that actually means something. It says for the first time in history, we've really said, oh yeah, no, Black lives do matter. We need them to matter. We need them to count. There's it's such a beautiful group of ethnicities and diverse ethnicities of Afro-Latinos and, you know, Africans from the motherland and where we've all came from. We all came from Africa at one point, and the African Americans that have helped build this country, and how much American culture is very much Black culture. Think about our music. Think about the stuff they've invented, the stuff that we've progressed because we are a diverse nation, and Black and brown identities, Latin, Hispanic identities, Black identities, fucking still build this country. And Caucasians, the caucasity of it all, as they go clutch their pearls in fear of Black and brown person still, when they really just fear the joy that, I mean, go to any Hispanic celebration and see the joy. I challenge people to go and cross the line with the big scary Latinos and go to a concert with a Latin band of any kind. Go to a celebration of life, or get invited to a quinceanera or something. For fuck's sake, don't be scared when they're speaking Spanish. They're probably not talking about you because you ain't that fucking important. White people are so funny. Caucasians are so Anglofied and terrified of people speaking Spanish. And I'm going, well, fuckface, you spoke English first, or some hillbilly version of it. Then it's just what they're comfortable in. Or better yet, they just don't want to, your nosy ass, to hear what they're saying. They may just don't. They're just tired of people judging what they fucking say. If I was J-Lo, I'd speak Spanish all the time. I'd sing every one of my fucking songs in Spanish. I'd go, fuck it. I know white people speak Spanish or their native tongue, where they came from. I don't blame them. I would have pride in who I am as a culture and as an ethnicity, but also, like, it's a great way for you guys not to know what the fuck I'm saying, because Americans are smart enough to learn. We barely can speak English. Especially white people. We sound so awkward when we do try to speak another language, because we don't even try to roll our R's. We sound like Peggy Hill. Donde está? Quesadilla, quesadilla, fajitas. It's so fucking embarrassing that you go, I just don't even try. Just park your caucasity somewhere else and just sit back and learn. I saw an influencer talk about this. The biggest thing that conservatives fear is us taking our ball and going away. And just go, okay, we'll just fucking shut you out of our, because every conservative has a liberal or progressive friend. But they know they can't go bitch to the other conservatives because they do something freaky. They go, oh, I did something wild this weekend. I know I can't tell my churchy friends about this, but my queer friend Jenny, she'll understand. I can't tell you how many conservatives that I used to have in my life. I don't have really many in my life now. they'll tell me the fucking freaky shit. I'm like, oh, I don't think I'd have said that out loud, but, or, oh, I really did like Obama. He was one of the good ones. That Christian, he's one of the good ones, I've had the same, and even progressives that are kind of conservative, I know that I get embraced because I go out and I embrace older white Democrats as much as I can, as much as I can stand them. And they do get on my nerves. I'm not going to lie. White or black. The old conservatives in our family, like, by the way, ding dong, the bitch is dead. George Dunlap got ousted as the county commissioner chairman this week, and good fucking riddance that stupid old thing. He can go back to just being, and I'll tell you what probably did him in was acting like a bitch this summer, and throwing a fit about the Pride proclamations for Charlotte Black Pride and Charlotte Pride, and trying to rail it on a technicality, and our real allies on the board said, no, you don't. And they fought against it. They did a proclamation anyway. Then George Dunlap had to run backwards real fast and scramble and go, what it is I left that proclamation in my other jacket. And let's go ahead and pass it, but the damage was done. He didn't, not only did he look stupid, but he did something stupid. And for local politics, the fuck around and find out shit sandwiches were so sweet this year. Cotham's gone.
Yeah, that's
George
true.
Dunlap demoted the two of the best people on that board promoted to the spot where they should be. Our good friend of the show, Mark Gurl, and a huge ally, Lee Altman, that has been a personal friend of mine for years, as is Mark Gurl, that have socially hung out with both of them. They've both been an unwavering supporter of Pride and our show. And it's one of those things where we go, those people, our allies, embrace our joy, and they got rewarded. They got the promotions they absolutely deserved. And Pat Cawthon, Trisha Cotman, big old Queen George Dunlap got the shit sandwiches of karma that they deserved. Fucking a whole buffet of karma, and just go, fuck you very much, beat your feet. Head on down the road. You can be as mad as you want, but you'll be somewhere else. Two of them are unemployed. And now they can go back to whatever hole they crawled out of, and they can go pout. Fuck them. And we need to learn lessons with those victories, especially locally. There's just people that, especially in the Democrat Party, that we just need to stop embracing. Granted, the real fight's with the Republicans. And we will fight that, but we also got to clean our house. The whole glass houses thing. We don't keep our house clean, and we forget to not do ourselves and go, do you, boo? Because looking in the mirror is a tough pill to swallow. And looking back and going, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Maybe that was a little cringy. Maybe that was self-examination. I know I went through a heavy amount of it last year and a little bit this year at the beginning. And sometimes peeling back the curtain and going and exposing ourselves and just stripping down naked and saying, let me let down my armor. Let me just self-analyze, maybe go to a therapist, maybe try to do self-improvement, really listen to your friends and loved ones and say, okay, tell me what's fucked up about me. Tell me why I'm not in a relationship. Tell me why I'm struggling. tell me, and sometimes we need to hear and hear described what they see us struggling with on the struggle bus, both as a political party or as an individual or whatever. It's a life lesson that sometimes we have to confide in people and just go, okay, hold me by the hand, use little small words, and just before I really take this to a level of stupid, let me see what I got and what I need to improve on and make progress. And especially as progressives, we sometimes forget. Sometimes we don't, but sometimes we do. And we sometimes forget to walk the walk. We do forget sometimes that the most important part of being in a progressive movements is the progress part. We left out the middle thing. The most important step too, which is actually enact change, actually have the audacity of hope, and actually progress. You're like, ah, shit, we kind of forgot that, didn't we? We left that at home. We got so caught up in the fog of war. I'll show you. And we were acting just like the idiots on the other side, just like a fucking 5-year-old. I'll show you. I'll pee my pants. I'll stomp my feet. And then we go, oh shit, we just peed our pants and we stomped our feet. We still didn't get our way. Oh my. As the great George Kai says, oh my. And we're up against our second break. And we'll be back with some more Two Queers in a Truck.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching us on Two Queers in a Truck. Don't forget, you can watch us anytime at your leisure on our video podcast platforms like Facebook and YouTube. But you can also listen to us, either this show or any of our past shows, on our audio podcast platforms like Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and all of the other ones. So once again, thank you for watching Two Queers in a Truck. I hope you enjoy our show. Hey, thanks for watching Two Queers in a Truck. And Christian and I just blathering on about craziness in the world today. Y'all be safe out there. There is a lot of Republicans on the road.
That's right.
Have
Bye,
a good
Boo.
week. Bye.
Bye.
And if y'all can't tell, I'm on fire today. For a lot of reasons, in a good way. I don't particularly enjoy this time of the year in certain ways. I'm not a big fan of Christmas, even though I'm not trying to ban Christmas. I just prefer Festivus, and I prefer Halloween over the fourth Thursday of November. I don't know, maybe because it's the peanut butter cups, but I look at some of the hypocrisy of the right. And speaking of hypocrisy, MAGA transgender woman Caitlyn Jenner is that she admits that there's an all-out crusade by the Republican Party against a transgender woman and Representative-elect Sarah McBride's bathroom usage. And because Caitlyn Jenner herself uses the bathroom in Trump's sleazy little golf resort in South Florida, Lardo, not Lago. I call it Lardo because dumpsters of lard ass. And she admitted. Jenner responded to a post on Twitter that Caitlyn, when they was hanging out with Sissy SpaceX and Donnie Dumpster Fire, did not use the men's restroom at the sleazy golf motel. She used the women's restroom, just like she hits from the ladies' tee box in women's golf tournaments that she's also won, because she's a world-class athlete and a gold medalist. She doesn't mind kicking the shit of her fellow country club women. In fact, probably what caught her a ban from the country club for a while. She went out there and fucking Rochambeau'd a bunch of fucking cis women on the golf course in a fucking charity golf tournament and all Happy Gilmore on them. Doesn't go to the men's restroom at all since she came out. Uses the women's locker room. In fact, was even shocked when there was things said about her using the women's locker room by the country club. She's really shocked when she gets pushed back from men, but then takes their side on other stupid things. One, because again, conservatives ain't that smart. And she's just as dumb as the rest of the maggots. And Caitlyn Jenner is dumb. Transitioning didn't improve her brains, unfortunately. They didn't give her any brain injection. She should be a fucking blonde. Just like she would probably chip her tooth on a vibrator. Yeah, just take all the time you need with that. Think about that image. She took a train instead of gotten into the brain line when the Lord was handing out brains. She should have worked on her IQ instead of working on athleticism when she was younger. And maybe her life would be differently and she wouldn't be a bitter old rich bitch. But she's an awful human being. I won't misgender her. I won't make fun of her struggles nearly as much as she's 70 years old or however the fuck old she is and has all this money and resources and learned a fucking thing. Siding with the enemy because she's afraid to lose the privilege that she's had. Some of it earned, some of it unearned. And she doesn't realize that the things she does affects her mixed race grandchildren. The MAGA is the epitome of racism and xenophobia, and that most of her grandchildren are mixed race. Last time I checked, Kanye was still black. You know, only MAGAs think that you can be part-time black. Oh, she was, all of a sudden she was one thing, and now she's black. That's why I keep calling them stupid, because stupid is as stupid does. Like, I don't make the rules, but if you're going to be a fucking moron, let's just fucking point it out. We keep forgetting how stupid they are, how incompetent they are. But good God, the rules that hurt you, you don't embrace just because you're supposedly conservative. That's not true conservatism in certain forms aren't so bad. But this out and out performative conservatism of MAGA and the big old queens of MAGA is a dipshit parade. They take pride in being stupid. They fucking wallow in it. They fucking nominate each other. And Sissy SpaceX celebrates her big old queenie fucking apartheid Clyde fucking bullshit and racist fucking bigotry and just the transphobia. That's why I dead named Twitter. I'm never gonna call it the other name. Fuck that. I don't even use Twitter anymore. It's a shit fucking social media. All the cool people have left Twitter, by the way. All the cool kids. I've gotten on Twitter twice this year. And I used to use it religiously before Apartheid Clyde bought that. But hell, if I'm gonna fucking help him make money. And by the way, he's lost almost 70% of the value of the company since he overpaid for it. Or he used other people's money to overpay for it. And they're stupid enough to give him the money. That's the crazy thing, is that he bought it for almost $60 million, and now it's $1 billion. Now it's worth about 17, and it's dying on the vine, and competitors are just fucking crushing him. That was the big thing with the push for TikTok, by the way. That was real obvious why they were trying to push TikTok out of the market, because TikTok's way cooler than Twitter is. It's where the cool kids went. Or the gram, the Instagrams. People went back to that, and then the new platforms like Blue Sky. Blue Sky is kicking the shit out of Twitter.
Yeah.
Just fucking Bluebird's almost dead. Fucking, it's hunting season for Bluebird. And in other news, some Democrats and all Republicans are fucking, they got twisted about Joe Biden's son getting the old pardon. And this is one thing I'm going to disagree with progressives on, because Jared Polis, the governor of Colorado, the gay governor of Colorado, really got it twisted. No one's above the law. Look, Governor Polis, I respect the shit out of you. You fucking kick ass. Mind your own fucking business. If I was the president of the United States and I had a fuck up son, I'd pardon his ass to you. Right before I step out the door and retire, I'd pardon his ass. Dude, just fucking, if your husband got in trouble as governor, you'd fucking bail him out. Come on now. I mean, come on. If we don't take care of our own, who's going to take care of them? And that's just a fucking dumb take. But I gotta say, dumb with dumb. And Governor Polis has usually been fucking spot on. He's done amazing things for women's reproductive health. He's done some cool fucking things in Colorado. I still love the man. I still think he's a fucking one of the best governors in Colorado history, if not the best. But dude, stay in your fucking lane. You ain't president of the United States. You're not even a presidential candidate. Nobody's going to vote for you for president. Our next presidential nominee is going to be Newsom. Sit back and watch that shit happen. He's going to fucking win in a landslide. Probably with Pete Buttigieg as his vice president. They're going to fucking waylay people in 2028. It's going to be a fucking unleash the Kraken moment, because as dumbass VP Vance becomes president when Donnie Dumpster goes away, because he ain't gonna make it another 4 years. I mean, his diet, he fucking, there's no way Donnie Dumpster has another 4 years on the clock left.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna run out of the shot clock. He's taking his last shots of life. There's no doubt.
He may be the biggest waste president since maybe FDR. I'm trying to think of all the presidents. They were pretty thin as they got older.
I think Teddy Roosevelt was a little on the poor side. But most of our presidents usually have been in decent shape, except for Donnie Dumpster.
Yeah.
Fucking he doesn't even have a waistline. He has an equator. Like he fucking round is a shape. But the dude looks like a fucking beach ball. They got drugged through an orange sludge with a dead beaver on his head.
Do you think he can actually touch his toes?
Shit, no. He hasn't seen his fucking. He hasn't seen his fucking feet standing up in 2 decades. That dude, he hasn't. Well, I mean, also nothing grows in the shade.
No, that's true.
Think about that for a second. Or at least that's what Melania says. She does sleep in a separate bedroom for a couple reasons, including in the sleazy golf motel. She doesn't fucking sleep in one. She ain't stupid. Melania's not stupid. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, she's a skank and an idiot. But she's not completely stupid. Partially stupid. She's part dumb. She's not full dumb. But the vapor barrier of his diapers is a losing cause. I don't even know how they stay on. They must make some big fucking diapers. Omar, the tent maker, must be slapping it on with some spackling or something. I don't know how the fuck they get those for some bungee cords and some fucking duct tape or something. But apparently they didn't work very well. And the second thing is, you imagine the snoring, and there's no upside to sleeping in the same bed with Donnie Dumpster. Like from what I've heard, the equipment is more of a hold up than a stick up.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we are at the end of our show, and if I was younger and considerably hotter than him, no fucking way. I'd just be sitting there riding out the clock on time's up, almost motherfucker. And I inherited all, not your dumbass kids, just me and Baron, and we're just going to peace out. And then we're going to 86 dumbass Don Jr. And the other big dummies.
Eric, whatever his name is, yeah.
And facelift Ivana or Ivanka, or whatever the fuck her name is. That creepy relationship. And I'm sure Tiffany's not even in the will. But anyway, we're at the end of the show, and we'll see y'all next week. And happy Festivus for the rest of us. Bye, y'all. Bye, babe.
Bye, boo. Thank you.
Thanks for always listening to us on Two Queers in a Truck, and have a little fun with us and a little bit of levity in this heavy holiday season. And I don't know, go out and hug a friend. Go out and reach out to somebody today. Just make somebody's day and tell them how special they really are. Sometimes we forget to pass it on and pass it forward. So y'all have a great week, and we will be talking at you next Wednesday. Thanks for listening as always. Bye, y'all.
Bye, boo.